Hey over there at Lovewell Fence and Deck. Kimberly here with Elite Roots Digital. I reached out and spoke with Miss Rochelle on Friday and promised this short video giving you a few tips on how to increase your online traffic. Now at the end of this video, if you'd like any further help with getting more leads, then give me a call. If not, no harm, no foul. Take these tips and use them for yourself. Now the first thing I'd like to go over is your website. Now you guys are really doing a great job over here. I love that you've got your phone number up here at top. You've got to click now, and I believe that actually takes you into a whole nother ordeal. I clicked into it just to see what it did and was quite impressed. So I love that. You've got these call outs right here. Get an estimate, schedule an appointment, etc. Your photos are really clean. They're beautiful photos. Now, what I see that's missing overall, and that's throughout some of your pages actually, is just in general content. Now, content is, of course, everything that you see, the pictures, how those pictures are saved, etc. But the main thing that content is actually the words on your page. So all of this is content. Now, and Google really likes to see 1,500 to 2,000 words of content on a page because in Google's eyes, content is king. Now, Google's algorithms just love content. They eat it up. So this is why, Yelp and Wiki and all of those big pages, they of course are ranking really high on any content that is relevant to information that they have on their site. So the other biggest thing that really relates back to content is keywords. Now, and I think you guys are pretty familiar with keywords actually, because as I kind of went over and looked into what keywords that you guys are ranking for, you're doing a really great job here as well. You've got 666, at least within the United States, that are ranking, and that's within the top 100. Now, and there's only 10 per page, so that's only to the 10th page out, but really the first page is what we really want to focus on. The very first position of a keyword will actually bring in about 1/3 of this volume that you see here. Now, and of course, this is your specific brand. You guys are doing very well here again with a volume of 400 just for your specific brand, Lovewell Fence. Now, and as we look down a little bit further, we see decking and fence Davenport, which is perfect. This is the type of keyword that we want to look for, is something location specific. But better yet is something like this, where it's fencing Davenport, Iowa. Now, and someone looking for a service in particular is maybe not going to search decking and fence as much as they'd search like fencing or decks or decking, that kind of keyword for that particular location that they're in. Now, and I do see that you're ranking really well for quite a few here. Overall, you're doing a great job with your keywords. If we kind of glance over at your top competitor in the area, Scott County Fence Company, they have a fair amount of content, not anything more than you, at least on this front page. I haven't kind of looked into their back pages a whole lot. But if we kind of jump over to their keywords, we see here that they're actually ranking pretty well for quite a few keywords as well. And if we see, they're ranking Fence Company Davenport has a volume of 90, so that's 90 times that keyword is being searched in a given month, and they're in position 1. And they're getting 33 clicks to their website just through that keyword alone. So if you guys could surpass them for this particular keyword, you'd end up getting another good few clicks to your website per month. Now, and I know that you guys are actually in more than one location, so I actually went and looked at keywords for your other locations, Iowa City as well as Cedar Rapids. Now, in Fence Company, Iowa City is actually getting a volume of 100. So if we're considering that top position or in the organic search on a Google page is getting 33%, you're missing out on 33 clicks to your website just by not ranking for this Fence Company Iowa City keyword. If we continue on a little bit, we're seeing Iowa City Deck Builders, another 50 volume, Fencing Cedar Rapids, 200 volume here, and Fencing Companies, another 100. So right there is 100 clicks to your website for the Cedar Rapids location right there. And then, of course, Deck Builders Cedar Rapids is another 100 volume. All right, so the next thing that I kind of want to talk to you about is going to be your Google My Business profile, which is this profile here. So your Lovewell Fence and Deck here, this is your Google My Business profile. You're doing a really good job here too. Starting to make me wonder if I'm really going to give you a whole lot of information here, but I'll try my best. So you've got 130 reviews, which is amazing. You're doing an awesome job. Now, the biggest thing when I click into this, the biggest thing I see oftentimes is that we don't have consistent information. So, like within your hours, if we scroll down here and look at your hours, you know, really make sure that across all platforms, social media, as well as even Yelp, Angie's List, all of those that list your hours, you want to make sure that your hours, all of this information, your phone number even, are all the exact same throughout all of those platforms, at the very least for your Davenport location. It's understandable if some of your other locations, which I have pulled up over here, maybe have a different phone number or something of that nature. Totally understandable, different hours. That's very straightforward. You're going to have different hours, different phone number for different locations, depending on the people that you have working there and the hours that they're working in the office. Now, and I do see here as I kind of look through, your Iowa City location and your Cedar Rapids location are definitely not quite as strong. I assume those are newer locations for you, so you're still working on building those up. So something that I can give you on these is your photos. Now, and I'm not able to actually show you, it doesn't allow me to actually try and save any of these photos, but make sure that you're actually saving those photos as some of those keywords that we talked about earlier. So fencing in Cedar Rapids, or deck building Iowa City, those are keywords that you want to be saving those photos for, and then geotag those photos. Now, geotagging photos actually kind of gives the Google algorithms, again, kind of gives them a little bit better idea of how often and where you're doing these services, making sure that you are actually in that Iowa City location. How wide is your service area for the Iowa City location? Are you doing services in Coralville or Tiffin, North Liberty, those areas? And then Cedar Rapids as well. Are you doing service up in Cedar Rapids in all of those little tiny surrounding towns, Robbins, Marion, Hiawatha, even out in Mount Vernon? Google wants to know, are you doing service out in there? And geotagging is the best way to tell them that, hey, I am doing service out in this area. Of course, your area served is going to be a great way to tell Google that as well, but geotagging is even better. All right, so the last thing that I'd kind of like to talk to you about is going to be building strength for your website. Now, here we see that you've got an UR rating, which is the general strength on a scale of 100 of your website in regards to your referring domains and backlinks. A little bit towards your keywords too, but your referring domains and backlinks is going to be the biggest thing that comes to the strength of your website. Now, not all backlinks and referring domains are going to be equal. Now, a referring domain is what gives you backlinks, of course. So you want something that's going to be relevant to your fencing and decking, and a stronger website than yours is going to help to really build that strength of your website. So something that would maybe have a lot more strength, but maybe not as much relevance, a fair bit of relevance, but not quite as much. It's going to be like a news station giving you a shout out, and something that would have a lot of relevance, but maybe not, could be a lot of strengths, totally depends, is maybe another decking and fencing company in another state that, maybe they have someone that's in the Davenport, Cedar Rapids, or Iowa City area, and they're saying, hey, if you're needing fencing or decking in these areas, hit up Lovewell Fence. They're great. They do great work. Really respectable company. Alright guys, well that is all I have for you today. I hope this video was informative for you, and I'd love to get some feedback on what you thought of this video. I know, as I said earlier, you guys are doing so good. I hope that I was able to at least give you a few little tips that you can utilize, and hit me up if you'd like any more information. I'd love to chat. My contact info was in that email that I sent this video to you in. You have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching.